Hello and welcome, I am the Sterling and today we are playing Going Medieval. In the last episode we finally got to use the TITS towers and we found a fatal flaw in the mining outpost. The enemy was able to access this platform here via these merlons. To try and combat this, I've added an archway just under the merlon. Hopefully that has fixed the problem. But other than that, I do believe that these towers have promise. I also got stuck into doing the front gate, and that is now complete and looking fantastic if I don't say so myself. So in this episode, I want to get stuck into working on the east side of the entrance, hopefully getting the moat and maybe some of the wall done. But that brings me to a major problem I've got. I'm down to 134 limestone and only 1,159 limestone blocks. Unfortunately, that is nowhere near enough. So before I start doing anything with the east side entrance, I'm going to have to come over here and get stuck in the mining and gathering timber ready for the construction. So straight off the bat, that's what we're going to do. So sit back, grab a cold one, and let's get started. So I know there's a big chunk of limestone and silver among here. So I'm just going to get stuck into grabbing all this here. This would be a great start for us. Perfect. They'll get stuck into that, and then I'll take it from there. Next, I need to just come through and really start clearing some of these trees. It's a shame, because I do like the trees. I also found another big bunch of apple trees while I was looking around. They're just popping up all over the map. I couldn't have selected anymore. At this rate, I don't think there's going to be any trees left on the map. Have a look at all that timber. Our dogs are not going to be short for work anytime soon. Look at it all. Good news is once they collect all this wood and all this lime out here at the mine, I don't think we're going to be too worried about resources for the time being. Now I know you're probably asking, why are we starting with the east side and not the west? Well, to be perfectly honest, because I'm procrastinating. I still haven't decided how I'm going to do this part of the wall here. Until I decide how I'm going to do it, I don't want to commit to anything. Where this side here, it's pretty straightforward. I might do something fancy over here once I get down to there, I don't know. But the rest of this is pretty straightforward. And this side is a smaller project than what this side will be, which is good because I am really struggling with food. Once again, have a look. We're getting really low. We're down to 86 meals. We're buggered, basically is the term I can use. Now I'm going to go around and collect things like apples. There's no point us collecting red currants because we don't eat them anymore. We only use them for wine. But if we continue to get so hard up, I might have to change that. We might be a civilization that solely survives on red currants for the moment. Sadly, if you haven't noticed, our cattle supply is slowly dropping. I might be slaughtering one too many cows. So one of the main things I will want to do is expand our cattle supply. Luckily, a good harvest is just around the corner. We only have to wait another day and 11 hours until we get cabbages. So hopefully that will get us out of the woods. At least give us a chance to hang on until after we've built this section here. Now, in usual fashion, I don't know what I'm putting here. I don't know if this is going to be farmland or if I'm going to build a massive cattle pen. I'm not sure. The one thing I do know, it's going to have food of some description, which that's all I care about. It's just, it needs to be food, regardless. So let's not waste any time and start planning this out. Now I know that I'm going to dig out all this coal. There's no question about that. This is where I am getting our coal. There is coal scattered around the map, but we burn through so much of it that every chance I can get, I've got to grab it. Once our projects slow down, I won't care. I'll go back to burning wood because wood is a resource that literally grows on trees. So it's constantly popping up around the map where coal, once it's gone, it's gone. And I think I'm getting pretty low. Now, I do rip quite a bit of coal out of this mine, as you can see. There's even some over here waiting. So that's good. This is for a while where I've been getting a big chunk of my coal due to the fact that I've been accidentally digging it up with the limestone. But no, moving forward, I'm going to get this. Plus, I'm also getting low on clay. As you can see, I'm down to 816 clay bricks. Oh, I lied. I've got 16,768 clay. I must have accidentally dug some of that up at some point because last time I checked, we had none. When I was laying the clay brick floors over here, I could have sworn I looked into it and thought, oh, I'm getting low on clay. Maybe I just overlooked it. So I hear you saying, Sterling, stop gas bagging and get to bloody work. Okay, fine. No more procrastinating for the Sterling. Now I can see that the coal actually goes down quite a few floors. So this, I'm going to have to mine it all out in one big chunk. So what I might do is I might plan out the actual moat and then dig this in the process. So let's follow the wall. So we know that runs there. Okay, great. So they'll dig that and then we can keep digging down till we get to the depth that we need for the wall. Then I can just start adding the wall. Now I put this door in here just for easy access, but it's in the wrong place. So let's get rid of that door and put one next door to it because that's where the door should be. Then we know we need to add soil. Like so. Done. So they'll fix that, they'll build that, they'll be able to access this section here, which is good. As you can see, I've already added timber here so they can get into this section nice and fast. Now, as I said, I know we're going to mine all this. So let's not waste any time and just grab it. Now, anything above this line here, so all this, I'm not going to worry about because once I build the moat, I want this to be a solid wall of soil that I never touch again because I don't want to flood things. But anything beyond that point won't matter. So I can always come and dig all this crud another time. It's not the end of the world. Everything that side needs to go because once things are built, they're in the way. Now, as for all this clay that's here in the front entrance under the moat, I'm not going to worry about it. The clay isn't used that often. Well, I'll hit play and let them get to work. Fantastic. Other than a bit of tidying up and knocking down this wall here, that's the east end moat done. Now, I've been tossing up whether or not to dig out this coal. At the moment, no. I'm just going to leave that because this is going to become bigger than Ben-Hur, and I'm sure that it doesn't stop just here. I reckon if I dig that out, the next layer down will also have coal, and it's just going to snowball, and I'm going to get all obsessed and be like, no, I want the next bit. I want the next. So I'm just putting my foot down. I'm cutting it there. I'm not digging out that coal. I say that, but you know what I'm like. 5 minutes down the track, you'll find me digging it out. But at this point, I promise I'm not digging it out. So now moving on to the next step. What I want to do now is while we've got this all open and it's easy access, I want to dig out this layer here for the storage. I also want to add access to that storage. Now, if you come down here to the storage underneath the blacksmith area and the chicken pen, it's on the same level as our storage that we're creating now. So I'm just going to go ahead and add a couple of doors so we can access the storage via here. I'm also going to put a door here at this tower. Then I'll go in, dig out the soil at the bottom of the tower, add some stairs, and we'll be able to access down here via this tower. Like I said in the last episode, I will not be adding any doors or access to the underground storage via this tower here at the entrance, only because this is where the TITS entrance is. And if I add a door here, it'll give the enemy other options rather than going up the ladder. And I don't want to give the enemy any other options than going up the ladder and getting stabbed in the face at this door. Yes, I know that sounded very violent, but that's exactly what we do. Now, the way I want to dig this out, I want to do it as easy as possible. Now, the way stability works is very simple. When you have a wall connected directly to the ground, you get a stability of 4. So that there would be a stability of 4. And then when you put another wall on top of a wall that's connected to the floor, you get another stability of 4. So both of those are stability of 4. Now, as you build away from that stability of 4, it goes down. So that would be a stability of 3, 2, 1, there. Can't build. So I then have to build a wall underneath this one here, which is a stability of 1, and bang, it's now a stability of 4. And that way I can then continue building. But the moment you remove that, that no longer has stability. If that was built, that would collapse. Now, another way to combat this problem is to come back the other way with, once again, 4 across, which will give you 8 across, because you will have a stability of 4 and a stability of 4. Then 3, 2, 1. So that's the concept used when I build any storage underground, or, well, basically everything I've built so far. Now, understanding that is how we're going to go ahead and dig this out. So we'll start by adding the wall here, because we know that that's going to be built. As you see, I've deliberately dug a channel so our settlers can get in to build this wall. Now we'll plan out the corner tower here. There we go, that's the corner tower. Now, we'll go across and plan out the pillars using the concept we explained before of every 4th position having a pillar, meaning there will be a space of 2 in between. So that wall there's the first position, then you'll have 2 spaces, and then the 4th space will be the first pillar, like so. Once again, including that pillar, you've got 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the next spot, leaving 2 spaces in between. Fantastic, just like so. Now we're going to actually plan out the dig. So the way I'll do it is pretty straightforward. So where we have our pillars, as you see, I'll dig straight across. Done. That way, every 11th position, I'll add a pillar, so then I can then put a 10-span arch across. Now, to be able to get in there, to be able to do that, I'll need to dig next door, like so. That way, when we build the pillars, they won't block the channel. Now we just have to go through and do it for every one. Fantastic. Now, hopefully I haven't miscalculated. That would be horrible. Now let's hit play and let them get to work. Took a little bit of work, but there we go. There's the pillars in. As you saw by the screen turning a bit frozen, we hit a cold snap while we're building all these pillars. What you didn't see was just how much of a pain in the ass it was. Oh, I had settlers passing out that I had to grab all sorts of stuff. This build was a bit of a pain in the ass. But it's done now, so we can move on. Now, you've probably noticed I've put a hell of a lot of pillars in. Truth be told, I only need half of those pillars and archways. I just thought it would look good having all those pillars. But now that I've built it, no, it doesn't. I think it looks like crap. It just looks far too busy. And I haven't even dug out the rest of the soil yet. It's just those pillars. I thought it would give it a bit of a crypt look, but no, it just, yeah, like I said, it looks crap. So we're going to go through and basically destroy half of them. There we go. Experimenting is the name of the game, isn't it? So now they'll come in, they'll delete every second pillar, and we'll be right. Now it's time for us to dig out the remaining soil. That should only take them 5 minutes. There's not much left. And we'll finish off the wall at the front here. There we go. There you go. That's the lower wall and the raw material storage complete. Now we're ready to go through and fill in all the gaps for the soil up here. We've also already dammed off this section of the moat. So we're ready to dig out this section here and allow the water to traverse into the moat. And finally, as you can see, we've actually separated ourselves from the rest of the map once again. So this section here is completely safe. So we're ready to knock down this wall and connect these two pieces together. And then we can build our farmland. We don't necessarily need the wall in to build the farmland or to knock this wall down, which will be in just the nick of time, because if you haven't noticed, I've constantly got the warning, food reserves on stockpile low. We've got just enough to keep our settlers fed, but winters are getting riskier and riskier. And if we're not careful, it'll be game over. This can't come any quicker. So honestly, I can't afford any more distractions. I need to upgrade our food production ASAP. And so that has definitely been bumped to the top of the list. Unfortunately, that will have to wait till next episode, as this is all the time we have for today. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.